Have you ever wondered how someone who once gazed into your eyes and vowed to stay forever could discard you so effortlessly? How the person you trusted most became the reason you lie awake at 3 a.m., dissecting every flaw and mistake? Betrayal cuts deeper than any blade. It's not just love you lose, but the future you imagined, the security you relied on, and the belief that you were enough. The weight of that silence is crushing. At first, you cling to hope. You replay conversations, dissect your missteps, and craft the perfect apology in your mind. You tell yourself that if you just do more, be more, she'll return. But the tighter you hold on, the more you bleed. Then comes the brutal truth. She didn't leave because you weren't enough. She left because she failed to recognize your worth. This pain isn't your end. It's your rebirth. It's a call to destroy the weak parts of yourself. The pleading, the dependency, the need for external validation, and forge something unbreakable. Welcome to the Stoic path. Here, we don't chase what walks away. We don't crumble under loss. We rise, colder and sharper. Heartbreak isn't the death of a man. It's the birth of a god. She let you go? Good. She freed you. She removed herself from your destiny. You owe her no anger, no explanation, no second chances. From this moment forward, you are not a man seeking revenge. You become revenge through silence, growth, and ruthless indifference. This is the Stoic way. We don't scream our pain into the void. We become the void. And when she looks back for the man she left behind, she'll find only a ghost, a shadow of someone who outgrew her, eclipsed her, and made her regret a choice she'll never undo. If you're done mourning, if you're ready to rise untouchable, stronger than what tried to break you, then it's time to begin. 1. The cold realization. There's a moment after the breakup, after the begging, the long texts left unread, when silence settles like a verdict. And in that silence, the truth strikes. She didn't drift away. She chose to leave. She looked at you, at all you offered, and decided, I can live without this. That's not confusion. That's calculation. The sooner you accept it, the faster you reclaim your power. Every second spent mourning her decision is stolen from your evolution. She bet you'd collapse, that you'd chase, beg, and remain trapped in the desperation that gave her the upper hand. But here's what she never saw coming. Loss doesn't break a man built to endure. It burns away weakness. The boy who was too soft, too trusting. She let you go because she couldn't fathom the man you'd become. Her ignorance will be her punishment. There's nothing colder than realizing the person who claimed to love you underestimated you the most. And there's nothing sharper than the day you wake feeling nothing. No rage, no sorrow, just icy clarity. She made her choice. Now make yours. Become the man who never needs to be chosen again. 2. Silence is a sword. When someone betrays you, your instinct may be to scream, to demand answers, to force them to see your pain. But that's weakness speaking. True power lies in silence. Silence isn't surrender. It's a weapon. It denies them the drama they crave, the validation they expect. When you vanish without a word, you become a ghost they can't outrun. Your absence screams louder than your presence ever could. Every unsent text, every ignored call, every unseen post sharpens your resolve. Strength isn't proved in confrontation. It's proved in indifference. Let her drown in the silence she created. By the time she realizes what she lost, you'll be far beyond her reach. 3. Kill the need for closure. Closure is a myth, a desperate lie we tell ourselves to stay tethered to what's already dead. It's the fantasy that one more conversation, one more plea, One more why will stitch the wound shut. But true closure doesn't come from them. It comes from you. When you chase closure, you're handing them the pen and begging them to rewrite your story. You're giving them power over your healing, waiting like a beggar for someone who chose to walk away to suddenly care about your pain. But a Stoic doesn't wait for permission to move on. He buries the past himself. You don't need her excuses. You don't need her guilt. You don't even need her to admit the damage she caused. Her actions spoke for her. The story ended the day she left. The chapter closed when she chose herself over you. And every second you spend digging for answers just keeps you trapped in the wreckage. The need for closure is the last chain binding you to her. Break it. Accept that not every story gets a clean ending. Some people will destroy you and never lose sleep. The apology you deserve may never come, and you must realize you don't need it. Closure isn't something you receive. It's something you claim. When you kill the need for closure, you reclaim your power. You stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start declaring, "It happened for me." The door is closed, locked, and you're already walking towards something better. 4. Starve her of your energy. Attention is power. Every glance at her social media, every reread of old texts, every lingering thought, it's all currency. And right now, you're bankrupting your future to pay for a past that doesn't deserve you. When you react, when you linger, when you care, you feed her ego. You let her believe she still holds a piece of you. Even in silence, even in anger, your energy still flows her way. And that ends today. Starve her, not out of hate, but out of self-respect. Starve the curiosity. Starve the impulse to just check once. Starve the connection until it withers. You don't heal by watching her live without you. You heal by building a life so full, so unshakable, that her absence becomes irrelevant. The man who controls his energy controls his destiny. You don't chase ghosts. You don't water dead soil. You focus on what grows, your purpose, your strength, your future. Let the past starve. Let it fade. And watch as your energy, reinvested in you, becomes unstoppable. 5. Build a fortress inside. A weak man seeks safety in others, in love, in validation, in distractions. But a Stoic knows true safety is built within. The only place no one can betray you, abandon you, or break you is inside the fortress of your own mind. Pain is inevitable. Loss is certain. Betrayal is real. But suffering? That's a choice. When you master your inner world, you stop being a slave to the outer one. You no longer need people to act a certain way for you to stay steady. You no longer demand fairness to remain strong. You become unshakable, not because life gets easier, but because you get harder. The foundation of your fortress is control, not numbness. You feel everything, but you are ruled by nothing. You can grieve without collapsing. You can miss someone without crawling back. You can love deeply yet walk away with your dignity intact. Build walls inside yourself, walls of discipline, self-respect, silence, and clarity. Build them so high that no apology, no regret, no late night, "I miss you" can scale them. Don't become bitter. Become bulletproof. And when the storms come, when life tests you again, you won't flinch. You'll watch the chaos outside your walls with calm eyes, knowing nothing out there can truly break you anymore. 6. Become the unreachable man. The most powerful man isn't the loudest. It's the one you can't reach. The man who doesn't flinch when you leave. The man who doesn't beg when you ghost him. The man who disappears into a life so full, so elevated, that your absence doesn't even leave a dent. After heartbreak, most men pretend they've moved on, but they leave the door cracked. They check her socials. They post stories hoping she'll watch. They're physically free, but mentally trapped. That's not healing. That's captivity in disguise. Real stoic revenge? Become unreachable. Physically, she can't find you. Mentally, you don't dwell on her. Emotionally, she can't trigger you. Spiritually, you've outgrown her orbit. She can look for you in her DMs. She can hope you're still watching. She can bait you with nostalgia or guilt. But you've moved into a world she no longer has the keys to enter. You rise so high that her attempts to reach you feel like whispers from another lifetime. You don't respond out of anger. You don't respond because you're no longer there. The man she left behind? He's gone. Buried. In his place stands someone who doesn't chase, doesn't explain, doesn't regress. Becoming unreachable doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you refuse to be pulled backward by emotions that no longer serve your future. 7. Success is your best goodbye. Words are weak. Arguments are wasted breath. You don't prove someone wrong by talking. You prove them wrong by becoming everything they thought you'd never be without them. Success isn't revenge. Not the flashy, desperate kind that screams, "Look what you lost." True success is silent. It's building a life so full, so unstoppable, that you genuinely forget they exist, because you're too far ahead to look back. When you turn pain into fuel, something shifts. You stop operating from heartbreak and start operating from vision. Every workout, every dollar earned, every new skill mastered, it's no longer about her. It's about who you were meant to become. She thought you'd crumble without her. Let her believe that. You don't owe her a front row seat to your evolution. She'll hear about it through whispers, through rumors, through the weight of her own regret when she realizes. The best revenge isn't anger, it's indifference. The best goodbye isn't a speech, it's silence. The best proof isn't words, it's your life. 8. She will look for you in every man. Here's the truth no one tells you. You can't replace a man forged in fire. She'll try. At first, she'll distract herself. Someone new, someone easier, someone who doesn't challenge her or expose her flaws. She'll tell herself she upgraded, but time reveals everything. Slowly, she'll notice the cracks. She'll miss the way you listened, the way you stood unshaken when life got hard, the way your presence alone made her feel safe. She'll search for pieces of you in other men, but they'll all come up empty. Because when you truly level up, you become irreplaceable. And the cruelest part? She'll never admit it. She'll carry that regret in silence, wearing it like chains around her heart, while you're already gone, living free, never looking back. You don't need revenge. Your absence will haunt her. You don't need to be remembered. You'll be unforgettable. 9. Never break no contact. The moment you break no contact, you lose. Not because reaching out makes you weak, but because it proves you never moved on. It tells her you were just pretending, still hoping, still chained to a door she slammed shut. Breaking no contact isn't just a slip. It's surrendering every ounce of power you fought to reclaim. It's admitting, you still control my peace. You still control my emotions. And that is the opposite of what a Stoic does. A Stoic isn't just silent. He's sovereign. He doesn't react to the world. He chooses how to move through it. No contact isn't a tactic to win her back. It's self-respect in action, a refusal to negotiate with the past. Your mind will play tricks on you. Loneliness will whisper, just one text, just to see how she's doing. That's not curiosity. It's weakness disguised as nostalgia. Every time you listen, you betray yourself a little more. Stay cold. Stay silent. Stay gone. No exceptions. No apologies. No second chances. Your future demands it. 10. You were the blessing. Here's the truth you missed. You were the blessing all along, not her. She didn't complete you. She distracted you from realizing you were already whole. She didn't save you. She delayed you from saving yourself. She wasn't your prize. You were hers. And she let you go. When you finally see this, everything changes. The breakup wasn't a loss. It was a brutal, necessary redirection. A chance to become the man you were meant to be, without dead weight dragging you down, without begging for external validation, without chasing people too blind to recognize your worth. You weren't left behind. You were set free. A man who knows his value doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't regret. He understands. Anyone who walks away has simply removed themselves from a future they weren't strong enough to survive. You won't need revenge. You won't need closure. You'll be too busy living, thriving, conquering, because this was never about her. It was always about you remembering who you were before you forgot. Final command: rise. If you're still here, something inside you has already shifted. You're not the same man who pressed play on this video. Sharper, colder, awake. She didn't destroy you. She revealed you. This journey isn't about getting her back. It's not about proving her wrong. It's about becoming so complete that no one holds that kind of power over you again. You were always the blessing. Now, you're the storm. Move differently. Speak differently. Live differently. Carry yourself like a man who knows his worth and no longer negotiates it. You don't chase ghosts. You build empires. Stay cold. Stay focused. Stay blessed.